starting just next month in 2022. Hi, thank you. My name is Kelly Brezovec, and I am EBCE's Senior Manager of Account Services. Today, we will be discussing the transition to 100% renewable energy in the cities of Albany, Hayward, and Pleasanton. We will begin by providing some basic background about EBCE and summarizing the options available to electric customers within these cities. I'll then walk through the steps that you can take to choose which electricity option you prefer. Lastly, we'll take questions from those turning in, and I'll answer them in the order received. I also have some colleagues on the line with me today, and we'll be doing our best to also answer some of your questions in real time. Please feel free to type those questions into the chat or Q&A tool that you see on the screen. Of course, you may want to also hold those till the end since we'll be covering a lot of material, and you may find that your question is answered during the presentation. All right, let's get started. So East Bay Community Energy is the local power provider for residential and commercial electricity customers in Alameda County, its cities, and the city of Tracy and neighboring San Joaquin County. Our mission is to provide renewable energy at lower rates and to reinvest revenues back into our communities to create local jobs, administer customer programs, and catalyze sustainable development. Technically, EBCE is a joint powers authority, a local government agency created by the cities and the counties it serves. In this way, EBCE is sort of similar to a school district, only instead of providing public education, we provide a public option for energy administered at the local level. Today, we're going to talk about those options in more detail. First, it's important to note that all EBCE customers also remain PG&E customers for everything except for the source of the energy. EBCE procures more renewable energy from natural sources like wind and solar, which is then delivered through PG&E's lines and transferred to customers. These two services, power generation and power delivery, are billed separately on your PG&E bill. In short, PG&E continues to handle billing services and maintain the grid, while EBCE provides customers with more renewable energy choices at lower rates. Let's take a look at those choices. When EBCE first began providing service, 3 options were available. These included Bright Choice, an option that offers more renewable energy at lower rates than PG&E's standard service. Brilliant 100, an option that offered carbon-free energy at price parity with PG&E's standard service. And Renewable 100, an option that offers 100% renewable energy from California-based wind and solar at a premium of 1 penny per kilowatt hour. That's about $5 more per month for a typical home in the East Bay. In response to the rising costs of hydroelectric resources during the state's drought, EBCE's board of directors voted to close the Brilliant 100 option to new customers and have it sunset entirely by the end of 2021. As a result, starting in January of 2022, EBCE customers will have 2 options. The first is Bright Choice with that 1% rate discount and a minimum of 5% more renewable energy than PG&E's standard service. And number 2, Renewable 100, which offers 100% California-based wind and solar for about 1 penny more per kilowatt hour than PG&E's standard service. In the cities of Albany, Hayward, and Pleasanton, customers will be automatically transitioned to Renewable 100 unless they choose another option. Customers that have previously chosen Bright Choice will remain on that service. As always, EBCE customers can also return to PG&E's energy supply if they choose to do so. So what is this default service idea? So by state law, AB 117, EBCE is the default power supplier for customers within our service area, meaning Alameda County, the cities of Alameda County, and the city of Tracy and San Joaquin County. Everyone that receives service from EBCE begins on their default service. This is the plan that your local city council selected for your jurisdiction. In 2022, we'll see some changes. New businesses in Albany, Hayward, and Pleasanton will now start service on EBCE's Renewable 100. Note that for businesses and locations across Alameda County and Tracy, this could mean that unless you've taken action, you may have facilities receiving different services. Our team would be happy to work with you to consolidate if that's easier to manage. City councils in Albany, Hayward, Pleasanton, Dublin, Berkeley, and San Leandro have all taken action to transition their constituents to Renewable 100 in 2022. Let's walk through the schedule. As you can see here, businesses in Albany, Hayward, Pleasanton will be transitioned to Renewable 100 in January. You'll see your first bill on Renewable 100 in February 2022. Also in January, we'll see residents in Dublin moving to Renewable 100. As we discussed earlier, Brilliant 100 is transitioning in January, so customers on that service outside of the cities I've already mentioned will transition to Bright Choice. Then in March, residents in Berkeley and San Leandro will shift to Renewable 100. These same cities will then be transitioning their businesses to Renewable 100 later next year in October of 2022. Like everything in life, there are some exceptions. So 2 exceptions to the transitions we just reviewed. So first, any customer that has already actively selected Bright Choice. So if you are a business owner in Albany, Hayward, or Pleasanton, and you started service with us in Brilliant 100, but then you've already chosen Bright Choice, you'll stay on Bright Choice and are exempt from this transition. And if you take action today, you may also choose either Renewable 100 early, or you can choose Bright Choice. Please take your preferred action before December 22nd to confirm your service for January of 2022. Let's take a look to see how you can find your current service plan. You can find your EBCE service on the East Bay Community Energy Electric Generation Charge page of your PG&E energy statement. For our businesses that have just a single location, this is typically going to be on page 3 of your bill. The EBCE service can be found under the bill period amount. On the left here, we see a Brilliant 100 bill. The rate schedule is B19S, which matches the rate schedule for the PG&E delivery charges, and Brilliant 100 is the EBCE service plan. Our Bright Choice customers will see Bright Choice in both the rate schedule line and in the body of the charges. Here, we see the Bright Choice discount line. Lastly, for a Renewable 100 customer, we'll see that the rate schedule displays Brilliant 100. However, there's also an additional line for the Renewable 100 adder that's unique to just our Renewable 100 customers. If you're unsure about what service you're on today, you're always welcome to call us. Our team is available from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Very quick to answer the phone and extremely happy to help verify your service or make your service selection over the phone. Let's say you know that you'd like to choose a particular service plan. You can also make that choice from our website, either from your city's special site or from ebce.org, where you'll then select business and then click here to change your plan. Once on the Change My Plan webpage, you'll see a note about what you'll need to have available to make changes online. First is your PG&E account number, which you can find at the top of your PG&E energy statement. We'll just need the first 10 digits. You can ignore the number after the dash. Also make sure that you know the name on the account and the zip code. If you have multiple locations attached to a single account number, you can use any of the service location zip codes to access all of the sites under that same account number. Or, of course, call or email us for help. The Change My Plan page allows you to select your choice, which then takes you to a web form. I'll highlight the Keep Me Here option. If you're on Bright Choice today and want to stay there, you can indicate that using the Remain on Bright Choice form. Please note these key dates for these transitions. First is December 22nd, 2021. This is the last date to choose Bright Choice and avoid transitioning altogether to Renewable 100 and avoid seeing any Renewable 100 charges on your electricity bill. Note that you can choose Bright Choice at any time if you change your mind. January 2022. This is when Brilliant 100 officially closes and the new defaults go into effect. Electric accounts that have not chosen another option will default to Renewable 100. This transition occurs on each individual account's meter read date in January. And then February 2022. Customers will receive the first bills with the charges of your new service, either Bright Choice or Renewable 100, depending on what selection you've made. Commercial customers in Albany, Hayward, and Pleasanton that have taken no action will see their first Renewable 100 bill charges. So some common questions about switching. So first, can I switch to Bright Choice and then later change Renewable 100? Or similarly, what if I miss the deadline to switch to Bright Choice? Well, with EBCE, you have the power to choose, and you can always request to switch between Renewable 100 and Bright Choice. Should you miss the December 22nd deadline to choose Bright Choice, you may see Renewable 100 on that first bill in February, but then just make your selection and you'll switch to Bright Choice within 2 billing cycles. Also, the bottom line. We know that for many of our businesses, they're really excited about the opportunity to be served with 100% California wind and solar. And we understand this may not be an easy expense. I've put together a couple examples here of what different sized businesses may see on their bill. Let's just walk through a medium-sized business that's paying EBCE $1,200 today for Brilliant 100, using about 15,000 kilowatt hours per month. On Renewable 100, this business would expect to pay an additional $150, that's 1 cent per kilowatt hour more per month. Please give us a call or an email to help with this forecasted bill change. We want you to make the best choice for your business. So on behalf of EBCE, thank you for participating in the webinar today. I'll now open to questions. Please do use that chat or Q&A feature, but I also request that you do not enter any account-specific information as this is a public webinar. If you have questions specific to your account, please give us a call or an email using the number that you see on the screen today, 1-833-699-3223. All right, and in real time here, I see one question that asks, can I decline EBCE entirely? Yes, you may already be an EBCE customer. This is just a change to the existing service that we provide. But yes, you are able to also choose PG&E for your electric generation provider as well. All right, and to my colleagues that are on the line, were there any other questions that came in during the presentation that we should go over with everyone else?
No, there haven't been any other questions.
All right, well, we can hold the line open for just a few more minutes if anyone would like to add anything or ask any more questions. I do hope that our customers do consider looking into our options Oh, here we have one question here that just came in. I missed the page that showed the web address to make changes. Can you please share that again? And I will actually just go back to that page, because if one person missed it, likely others did as well. I maybe had it on the screen a little bit too short. So here are the places to choose your service plan. You can just go right from your city's special website, ebce.org/Albany or Pleasanton or Hayward. And then from there, you can choose the option that's best for you. You can also go directly to ebce.org and then select business and then select choose your plan.
Kelly, we have a new question in the comments. What are the advantages of using EBCE?
So yeah, the advantages of using EBCE, that is a great question. So EBCE, we do offer local choice. So you are able to select that 100% renewable service, or a service that includes more renewable energy and saves 1% off your generation rates. We also offer unique programs. Customers today can participate in PG&E's energy efficiency programs and also our programs. Today we're offering, we're working with our residential customers on a battery storage program, and we're looking to expand that for our commercial customers as well. We also have public board meetings where we do encourage our customers to participate and voice their opinions about things like these default choices that our city council members are making.
Kelly, if I can add,
Please
this
do.
is Dan, but just to make sure that the participants understand, EBCE's Bright Choice service, which is available to all customers at any time, that offers 1% savings every month compared to what customers would pay PG&E. And so that's another advantage beyond these other ones, that Bright Choice, it's both lower cost and has more renewable energy content than PG&E. So it's sort of an easy way to reduce your monthly bill. And you can select it at any time by going to these links that are up and selecting Bright Choice as your supply, and then that will that change will go into effect the following billing cycle.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. So we're getting another question about the pricing of Renewable 100. So there's a question: if there's a severe drought, does the cost of Renewable 100 go up past 1%? And so Renewable 100 today is California wind and solar, so we're not reliant on rainfall like we were with Brilliant 100. So we're a little insulated from that, from those weather changes. It is 1 penny per kilowatt hour. So it isn't a percent based, it's just based on the number of kilowatt hours used. So the charge is set at 1 cent per kilowatt hour. It does not change with the level of renewables. We just have those two options: Bright Choice at 1% below PG&E's rate, or Renewable 100, which is 1 penny per kilowatt hour above PG&E's rate. And that is 100% California wind and solar. We do have a very public rate making process where annually, if we do have public webinars and do accept written comments and public statements from our customers regarding our rate setting. So for example, when we were getting rid of Renewable 100, or excuse me, when we were sunsetting Brilliant 100 and we had that plan in place, we did present those options to the public in advance of making that decision, which was ultimately voted on by our board. And our board is making up of publicly elected officials. So in order to make changes to that, it would be in the public domain. You would know that we were doing that work. So these are great questions. All right, anyone else have any questions for us?
Kelly, there are a couple of questions I'm wondering if maybe you just want to address through, that were in writing and responded to that you might want to address in the recording here.
Sure. I think I'm seeing the ones in the Q&A.
Yes, the answered questions in the Q&A.
Yes. So so one of the questions is, so is the charge set at 1% or is it dependent on the amount of renewables? Since we have launched our service in 2018, Bright Choice has made at least 1% savings every month, and Renewable 100 has maintained its pricing at 1 cent per kilowatt hour premium to PG&E. Any changes that we would make to those would be part of a public rate making process. But today we do not have any intentions to edit those, edit either the savings or the premium. And another new question that just came in here, is there any effect on solar customers? So solar customers do receive the same financial benefits as PG&E. The main difference is that today EBCE has an annual cash out process and monthly true up. So if at any time you use up all of your credits that you've generated, EBCE will bill you monthly rather than having a large true up bill at the end of your cycle. But otherwise, financially, EBCE customers are do just as well as PG&E customers for solar. And let's see, we have another new question that came in. Is there a backup should EBCE fail or have reduced energy? Would the utility transfer to standard PG&E? So EBCE is beholden to all of the same regulatory, all of the same rules as other what we call load serving entities, meaning that we have to have adequate resource, we have to have resource adequacy in place. So we do maintain enough to serve our customers. I'm not sure I understand the question about if the utility would transfer to standard PG&E, but PG&E is the provider of last resort. So in the event of some sort of an emergency, PG&E would be the ultimate provider. As far as if EBCE would fail, EBCE isn't, we actually just received an A credit rating. We're doing just fine financially, and I encourage you to take a look at our power mix page for more examples of all of the power contracts and other facilities that we have online. Okay, we have another question. So would there still be peak and off-peak charges? So yes, the peak and off-peak charges are set by your rate schedule. So B1, B19, and these are not affected by changing your service plan with PG&E, with EBCE. So we have the same rate schedule that PG&E has as far as the time of use periods. And another new question that just came in, are we still going to be billed through PG&E? Yes, you, unless you are a brand new customer, you likely are already an EBCE customer, and you would find our charges on your PG&E bill. You'll have information about your PG&E delivery charges on one page and EBCE generation charges on a separate page. So those two pieces combine for your full electricity service, the delivery and the generation. So yes, you do see those that on your PG&E bill. My colleague Dan just added a really useful website that I'll note here. There was the solar question earlier for our customers that are on net energy metering. EBCE's website to learn more about that is ebce.org/NEM for net energy metering, ebce.org/NEM. We have a webinar similar to this that we do have a copy of on that website where you'll have all your NEM questions answered. You're obviously always welcome to give us a call to learn more as well. All right, well, I see some participants are dropping off. Do any of my other colleagues see any other questions coming in or have anything else to add?
Not from me. This is Dan.
Great. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining and participating in the webinar. We do appreciate your participation and welcome your continued questions, to our call center, or we are posting this to our Facebook page as well. So thank you so much for joining today.